Alrighty then. What's up, Internet? If you're seeing this, it means somebody's actually watching my videos for once. You know, sometimes YouTube works in mysterious ways. But, yeah. I mean, you probably gleaned what this is about from the title. So, let's get down to it, shall we? Let's. Alright, you know, here's Abominus. He's got, not a whole lot going on with him. Got kind of shoulders, sideways bending elbows. Head can kind of look up. They do see Hunger's head when that happens. Ball jointed hips. No knees to speak of. Little movement here in the toes on the ripper snapper. Charitably be called a four-fingered hand from Twin Strike here. This is I think it's the Target gift set. Forget it. So he does come with these weapons, and you are going to need all these weapons and precisely these weapons. So if you get him guy by guy, I can't guarantee that you'll be able to make this. You might get it with other Cyberverse figures. So you have let's see, you have a chainsaw, and two of these crossbow thingies, and 2 hammers. Yeah. I'm sorry, I hate my voice too, guys. We are all in the same boat here. But, yeah. So, you know, all you do is you take off his knees. They will come very loosely, you know. Like King Pop Off. Sorry, Piog. Yeah, and then you got... This actually splits him into components, so... I think a lot like Overlord, his lower legs come the tank, and everything else comes the jet. Oh, weapons become the tank, too. Yeah. So just take all his individual components apart, and we will start with the tank, because it is probably the easier of the two to do. Which... Yeah, probably the jet, because tank requires a flat surface. But yeah. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that Hunger, you know, this guy here, robot roll call. Here's Hunger. You want to turn him into his dragon mode. So make sure you got the head folded in, tail flipped out, legs down. And you are essentially going to make him faceplant. Yeah. That. His life is pain. Why his shoulders hurt. Then, you're going to take Wind Razor. Hunger! Wind Razor. Twin Strike. Blight. You're wondering how they eat and breathe? They can't. But, you know. Just going to take Wind Razor. Going to fold his head into his chest. Make sure that he is all put out in robot mode. And then make him do the splits. Like so. Now, for connection to form Abominus, Hunger has these little ports here on his arms. Oh, sorry. Bone. Sorry for the delay. Stupid telemarketers. Alright. But yeah. Where you've got these little ports here, where Abominus pegs into, and so you want to take the outermost on Hunger, and then you slide them into the innermost. You slide the innermost pegs on. Sorry, camera over here. So the innermost pegs on Wind Razor's feet. The outermost posts on Hunger's arms. And there, the main body of the jet just kind of comes together. The really hard part is getting Twin Strike folded up on the bottom. Okay, so for Twin Strike, you want to make sure that his leg guard thingies are all the way out. You don't want to slide those in. Okay. Take the jet. Make sure these are folded up so they don't rest flat. Fold these down. Yeah, keep the wings out, because there we go. So you're going to take Twin Strike, make sure that he's almost completely in his dragon mode thing, but you need to keep these turns so that the... Sorry, I'm so used to camera being over here, it's all reverse. So that the insides of his feet without the claws are turned inward. So they fit better in jet mode. So you're going to take him, and right in these hollow spaces here on the jet, you can kind of see my fingers poking through. Sorry. You are going to fold it through. Fold his forelegs through. So those come through those. They basically sit like I don't know, is that the Blitzwing mold with the things? No, Blitzwing's not that big. So I'm just gonna fold that through. Come here with the legs. You can see how he's hanging together there on the bottom. Come through the legs, and the legs go through here, in the crook of Windrazor's elbow, and between that and his legs where hunger meets. So you fold that up in there. God, really sorry about I can't see anything. Pull that up in there. And then you come down here on the bottom. Remember how these things on the sides of his legs are unpegged? Yeah. Well, Windrazor's arms are hollow, and if you can, this will kind of lock everything in place tighter. You want to slide the end of that. Oop, popped hunger off. Into the crook of Windrazor's elbow. Sorry, not the crook of Windrazor's elbow. Into his into the hollow space on his forearms. Wow, resolution is bad. But yeah, you want to come over here. Let's see, I already ripped up Piog. Second verse, same as the first. There we go. We got Emga out of the way. Sorry, guys. But yeah. And it is a little finicky. It's probably the harder of the two to do normally, but you need a flat surface for you need a flat surface to form the tank. And as you can see, won't come up really good down there. But yeah, you do that. Come up here. This loves to pop out. Just loves to pop out. It should, once you get everything tabbed together, should fit in pretty securely. But it will make you pay. I don't know. I think that the mode is worth it in and of itself, but yeah, that looks pretty good. And just keep the heads folded together to kind of form the cockpit. And there you have the jet. Oh, come down here. Oh, before that. Come down here and you can kind of use Hunger's Dino Mode arms to lock over the... Sorry, computer. And you kind of use them to lock over the crooks where Twin Strike's nice cut, and you just fold those down again to fill in the body of the jet. So he does have a giant belly, but, you know, it looks pretty cool. And, optionally, you can fold when you can flip out the tail, fold Windrazor's head down, but so he doesn't have visible head syndrome. But I like to keep it folded out. Kind of fills out the back of the jet. Okay. But yeah, if you get everything squared away, it does hold together very stably. Like you can see him shaking, and it's not even rattling or anything. But yeah, a lot of that is dependent on making sure these aren't, that Hunger's arms and Windrazor's legs aren't flat. Because that locks Twin Strike in place far more securely. But yeah, you can fold the wings in if you so choose, but I like to keep them out. Makes them look bigger. And, hold it. Be right back. Sorry about that. Here he is next to the, Deluxe Generations Megatron Dreadwing mold. So you can see Dreadwing is, I don't know, a little wider at the wings. But this guy is longer. Dreadwing has a little more heft to him. Yeah. These are Cyberverse Legion figures, so they're not huge. But it is like a nice looking kind of dragony jet. Yeah. I like it. Definitely my favorite of the two. Now, for tank mode, this is going to be a doozy. I'm going to take Blight. Blight is going to be the bottom. You want to make sure that his legs peg in down here under his head, just like for the, when he turns into a leg. Going to come up here, fold his head in. Yay. You can see my invisible head syndrome. You can see his kind of see the tank forming. These are kind of going to become the treads, and then you take Ripper Snapper. Who's still a leg, so you can. Sorry again. You're going to split his legs. Take his arms, and because his arms turn into his robot mode legs, he does it the feet here. And then you're going to just kind of have him straddle, like he's basically giving Blight the Heimlich. You're going to come over here. He's going to, of course, Murphy's Law. Going to come up here. And get his feet locked in like that. And then just fold the arms back however you can so that they keep the legs in there. This does not hold together very well at all. But we're going to use the weapons, and that should remedy that quite a bit. Let me tilt it back here. Stay. If that falls over, I'm a dead man. But yeah, you're going to come back here, fold the legs down onto the sides. You have a little bit of leeway here, because you, basically you're just going to fold it so you have, Whippersnapper's Beast Mode head splits in half. And that's going to kind of be the plating on the tank's side. But that's where the weapons lock in, and that's what holds everything together. So, let me get them all straightened out. Gotta just keep the arms folded up and off to the sides. So, for the weapons, we're going to start with the arrows. This is basically what holds them together. I'm going to put the, make sure that these are folded up, and you take this end of the arrow right here, and you fold it so that it slots into Blight's mouth, and then you adjust it. Let me come over here and do it the other one, so that it slots together. The tip of the arrow generally ends up in the vicinity of Ripper Snapper's mouth. And that holds the tank together much better. Not rattling too bad. And you come over here, and you basically just use the hammers, and you. This is not necessary, but it does make it look a little more cohesive as a tank. And it almost gives it like a weapons powering up kind of glow, but the purple helps a lot in that regard. And you fold Windrazor's arms down over the hilt, or not the hilts, the ends of the hammers, and that helps it stay together even more. Oh, making a liar out of me. Come on, you. Come on. Let's see, fill that in. Yeah. Sorry about this, guys. I've never done something like this before, and if you're lucky, I never will again. But, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But, oh, I see the problem. I didn't fold his feet all the way in. There we go. That should remedy that quite a bit. Come on, you. Come on. Sorry. Technical difficulties. I'm just going to tell you right now, somebody please make a better tank mode. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but getting there, if you don't have like a flat surface to work on, can be a pain. It's generally the easier of the two, because Twin Strike does not like to peg in on this, but this does not hold together nearly as well as the Jet does. Definitely the weaker of the two. But, yeah. Let's see. I have this all... Yep. Sorry, guys. Here we are. And... stay behind camera, would you? Yeah, come back. There we go. More or less. There we... Yes! Finally. So, like the other tips of the arrow bow things, the bow and arrows kind of sit inside the posts where Ripper Snapper's beast mode mouth would be, because his head splits in half again. You already know that. Why am I heaping that exposition on you further? Okay, but yeah. And then, the final piece, come over here and you plug it right into where Blight connects to a form of Abominus. You can see, you can have it there. It is a very loose connection just because of how bad the knees connect. So you do kind of end up with a very, very flaccid tank barrel, basically. Yeah, he ends up looking like this, and once you get them all slotted together, there's a minimum of surface area touching the ground. So if you have like a tile surface, you can push him and he will go a ways. No treads to speak of. I mean, like, these kind of look like treads, but yeah. And there you have these guys, and they look great together. Like, Abominus, not my favorite toy, but it's actually not my toy. So it's my brother's, so I don't get to make that call. But yeah, this is just like, if you were buying him and, you felt underwhelmed, go ahead and make these guys, or make something else, because it is very much worth it. It is so much fun to, like, basically you have like Predacon Overlord, and that is really cool. But yeah, just more size comparisons. Here's compared to Dreadwing again. You can see he is quite a bit smaller, by far the smaller of the two, because the wingspan on this is very large, and he's got 3 to this guy's too. So yeah. Yeah, you can see he's got kind of like a Cybertronian tank going on there. Megatron-ish. But yeah. Like, very, very fun to play with. Like, I mean, if you get it done right, they lock together very solid. You can see this guy is not rattling, and yeah. This is my only problem once you get everything to lock together. But yeah, if you have Abominus, I do recommend doing that. So yeah, thank you to my brother for let me use his Abominus. Thank you to my other brother for letting me use his room to film this in, because my room is maybe not quite as bad, but the lighting is not as controllable. And there's no surface area and no computer. And thank you to my other brother for the lamp. So yeah, Ian, Shay, Aiden, thank you guys so much. Yeah. There you go. Chat and Tank Abominus.